My girlfriend asked me a question this morning. It was some minor thing about my past, and my initial reaction was to go, oh, geez, that time, huh," and just, being all around negative about it. And she pointed that out to me. She said, Ben, remember that 7-day positivity challenge that you embarked upon? And I stopped for a second and I thought to myself, oh yeah, I had totally forgotten. And beyond just totally forgetting, I didn't even realize I was being negative. She had to point it out to me for me to even see that it was. Because my first reaction was, I'm not being negative, I'm just being truthful. That's how I thought about it. Or, I'm not being negative, I was just joking around. I was just sort of having a little fun. It's really easy to let yourself off the hook like that, right? And sometimes we do want to let ourselves off the hook. We don't want to put too much pressure on ourselves that we explode. I mean, come on, life shouldn't be a pressure cooker. It should be an enjoyable experience, right? It should be more like an incubator, incubating our dreams and our ambitions and bringing all of our eggs into fruition. But the thing is that we can't always see where our faults are. And this is something that's bothered me forever, right? I remember as a writer, I would have so many writing teachers that would tell me, you have to have other people read your work because they're going to tell you all the problems with your work. And I would think to myself, yeah, right! How are they going to find all the problems in my work when my work is perfect? There are no problems with my work, right? And then sure enough, people would come in and they would give me advice, and most of the time I would think to myself, blah, 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 all right, you're just telling me your opinion, you're giving me nothing. But then sometimes they would come up with something that I hadn't even thought about. I'd never even considered it. It didn't flash across my mind once. It wasn't even a possibility. Last night at our Soulful Show and Tell dinner, that happened to me multiple times when people would read a card that they got, and they would come up with an interpretation of it that I never in my life would have thought of, but it was perfect. And of course, when I use perfect here, I mean it was great. It was really wonderful, right? So what I'm trying to say is that it's so important to get that sort of feedback, and getting that sort of feedback in a place in our lives where we need it, right? If we're trying to change a habit, if we're trying to reprogram ourselves or conform to a new pattern of behavior, well, what's going to happen? Our instinct is going to take us right back to where we were before. I mean, come on. Take anything that has some sort of memory in it, right? Some sort of form memory. If you try to readjust it, it'll just pop right back into place. And the only way to change it is to completely keep adjusting it. This is why, for muscle training, you have to consistently go to the gym. Otherwise, you don't get the full results, because you're working on building neural and muscular pathways, right? And this accounts even for the 7-day positivity challenge. You're building new pathways in your brain, new ways of responding to situations. Your old habits have led you to act in one way, and now you want to act in a different way. And if you think that you can just decide one day and start acting perfectly from that day on, well, you're right, you can. That's fantastic. Go celebrate. But the thing is that you have to keep doing it. Because if you act like that one day and then just expect to glide on through to the next days, well, let me tell you, you got something else coming for you. It's not completely a downhill battle. It's more like a downhill run, but the hill is made out of sandpaper and you're a block of wood. Yeah, you push it. Maybe eventually you'll smooth out to the point where you'll just glide down. You'll get enough pressure or momentum that you will just glide on through. But for the time being, you gotta push a little bit. You gotta maintain that consistency, and you gotta keep clear-minded. So having someone around to keep you accountable is so necessary. And my teacher Angel used to call this having a purpose partner. Okay, a purpose partner is someone who helps you what? eat more Doritos, load up on the trans fats and the processed sugars. No, it's someone who helps you keep to your purpose, whatever that purpose is. And it could be the same purpose that they have, or it could be they're just trying to help you with whatever you're doing because they care about you. And maybe you care about them too, so you're their purpose partner as well, which is so totally, utterly important. So what I'm saying to you is find a purpose partner. If you're doing this 7-day positivity challenge, see if you can find someone around you to be aware of what you're doing and to hold you accountable if you slip up, because you might not even realize it. You might say something completely and utterly negative and not even know it. For example, today I was telling my Mom, remember the 7-day positivity challenge? When she was going off on a storm about something and she was just so upset and she said, I am being positive. I want it this way and it can't be that way. And I said to her again, Mom, remember the 7-day positivity challenge? And she said, yes, I remember. Things gotta be positive. And right now, I'm making them positive. They're not positive right now, and I'm making them positive. And I said, Mom, you are not being positive right now. That's what negativity is. And she didn't see it. But the point is, how do we ever see it? Right? If we completely saw it in every aspect of our life, we'd probably be so sick of it by now we would have changed it already. And that's the point. The point is that when people bring it out, it might piss us off. It might be the most annoying thing in the world. Let me tell you, it will be annoying. It is so annoying. I don't know if you've ever played a sport or had a coach or did singing lessons or had a trainer or some sort of teacher, and you turn something in, you do some sort of work, and then they adjust it. You turn it in and you think to yourself, I just did it so great. And instead of them saying, oh, wow, that was just superb, Billy. Billy, that was just the best performance I've ever seen. They turn around and they say, that was a little weak. I think you could do a lot better. That note at the top fell totally flat, and your rhythm was completely off the whole time. And you're sitting back thinking to yourself, was this person even listening to me? What? What planet are they on? But that's it right there, is that, maybe they're on the real planet and we're off on some fantasy land, thinking to ourselves, it's not perfect, it's not positive, but I'm making it positive, and that's why I'm positive right now. And that's not positive, but in our little minds, that could be. So I highly, highly, highly encourage a positivity purpose partner for the rest of this 7-day challenge. And if you find your purpose partner, let me know how it goes. Let me know if you guys work out any techniques, any patterns in communicating. Much love, many blessings, and stay positive.